Hey there, welcome back to SAP with Veena. Now, in this video, I'm just going to brief you on understanding the basics on all the sales documents. So, sales documents I've already briefed in my previous lessons, wherein we talk about the inquiry, quotation, sales order, outbound delivery document, and billing. So, of course, we are going to learn various other things in the coming sessions. But here, just to before we go forward, we need to understand these overview of these sales documents what we have. So let's start with inquiry. Now, inquiry, as I've already briefed in the previous session, it's about a document which you're going to receive from your customer, wherein the customer is interested in your product and he needs um, some quantity of that material and he's asking for a quotation. So the same document will be posted as inquiry in our SAP system. We go into VA11 to create the same. And here, when we talk about the sales documents, every sales document will have a document type. Of course, we can configure our own document types, but for now, I'm going to pick what is available as a standard over here. So for creation of inquiry, the standard document type, what we use is IN. So I'm picking IN as the document type. And we need to specify the sales organization, distribution channel, and the division. If you want, you can also specify the sales group and the office. So here I'm going to pick the organization level which I created for sales, that is BLCC. Distribution channel, I'm going to pick B9. And division, I'm going to pick ZY. Now we need to ensure the material what we're going to use in this particular inquiry, what we have received from the customer, we need to have that material master also created with this particular combination of the sales area. Now I'll click enter on my keyboard. You can see that we have various details over here. Now, sold to party, ship to party are the partner functions, and sold to party is my customer, that is the person who has given me the order. So I'm not using a varied ship to party. It will be the same. And this data is defaulting from my business partner. Had I provided a different ship to party over there, system would have copied that ship to party. But in my business partner, I have the same sold to party who is my ship to, payer, and bill to as well. And here you have the customer reference number. Now, the inquiry, what the customer has sent, that document reference number and the document reference date is what we're going to specify here. So I'll just take it as CS012. And when did I receive this document? Would not be the date, but the customer reference, the letter, whatever you have received on that, whatever the date you have, that's what you're going to enter. So I'll just take it as yesterday's date, meaning that I've received this inquiry yesterday and I'm filling that in my system. Now, probably the customer may also tell you that they need, this inquiry will be valid from particular duration. And now, what material is your customer asking that you need to specify? So, I'd already created the material, so I'm picking that. Now, probably customer is inquiring about um, 20 pieces or 20 units of this particular material. And here I'm getting a warning message. So any message in the status bar you can see, which is an LO, that's a warning message. It says the inquiry date is in the past. That's fine. I'm going to click enter. Now, there are various other details as well. Like if you go into the sales tab, you have payment terms. Payment terms, I'll just pick it as 0001 over here. Incoterms, actually, it is defaulting from my master data. So we have various details over here. But for now, these basic things are enough, wherein I've just entered the material, the quantity, what the customer is asking for. And here you can see the net value. Of course, it is 0 because this is the inquiry what I've received and I'm just entering that in my SAP system. So we need to send the quotation in the response. So let me try saving this. So it says inquiry number so-and-so has been generated. Now, when we get an inquiry, we need to send our response in the form of a quotation. So for creating the quotation, we go into transaction code V821. Now, I go into V821. Here again, I have a exclusive document type, which would be used for quotation type. So here I'm going to use the standard because I'm not created the one which I can use by myself. So I'll be using what is available as a standard, that is QT, which is quotation. And here, since I already have an inquiry against which I'm sending my response, I would prefer to copy my inquiry over here. So I'll click on create with reference, and I need to specify the inquiry number. I do remember the inquiry number, but if you don't remember and you need to search, you can click on this small icon over here and you can search with various criteria. When you click on it, it is going to give you various options through which you can actually search for the document. So now, sales document by customer. My customer is 223. So let me try searching. So I do have, so this is the customer reference number. This is a document which I need to refer. So I'll select this and click on copy. If you see here, system has copied all the details from the inquiry to the quotation. Now, when I'm sending the quotation to my customer, of course, I need to tell the customer what is my rate for this particular material, what he's asking for. And I'll also tell the customer this quotation will be valid from what date to what date. So here I'll change this. Okay, let it be fine. Today is 24th. So this quotation will be valid from 24th. I'm saying this is valid till max 5th of January. Okay. And this required delivery date is defaulted from our inquiry, wherein customer would have told you like approximate delivery date tentatively would be that. So if you're able to deliver that on that particular time, fine. Otherwise, you can also change it. Now, I'll select the line item here. And here you have various icons. When you click on this item conditions, this is where we are going to enter the pricing. So actually, the condition type is not assigned a support. Let me check my customization. So since I need to enter the price, I'm taking the condition type PR00. So pricing is in detail, we are going to learn in the future lessons. So for now, let me click enter. So I'll enter the price at which we are selling this material to the customer. So I'll say like 3 USD per piece. And you can see here the quantity and the net total is 60. And let me go back. And again, selecting this line, I can go into the schedule lines. Now, material is available by 30th. Confirmed quantity is 20. If you look at this particular document, there are various details, like you have procurement details, shipping details, all that. So gradually we'll get to know a lot of fields over here. Now, since I've copied an inquiry, I think all data has been already copied over. Now, let me try saving this. Now my quotation is saved. Now the quotation will be sent to the customer, and maybe we may have a couple of negotiations, and if required, we may have to come back to the quotation and do the changes, which can happen on VA22. And finally, when the customer gives a sale order, for us it's a sale order, but for the customer it's a purchase order. Now the customer is placing an order with us. Now when that order comes in, we need to create that in the SAP system, for which we go into VA01. Now, whenever we are creating the sales order in the system, that's actually going to trigger various activities in various departments like planning, procurement, and production. So planning will take care of the planning activities like what raw materials are required, when it is required. Procurement will take care of placement of the orders to the vendors from where they're going to procure the materials to ensure that the raw materials are available on time to be provided to the production department so that they can produce the products on time and that can be delivered to the customer as per the delivery date. So whenever there is a sale order, that's actually going to trigger activities in these departments as specified. Now here again, I have an order type. We have standard order type. What we use is OR. So you can just scroll down or you can find over here. Okay, let me enter the directly over here. Okay, sorry, let me go back. So now I want to copy the quotation to create, or you can also create directly as well, but I'm going to copy here. Again, you need to specify the quotation number, which we are going to copy. So let me have a look. So this is the one which is created, 2102. This is the one which I'm copying. Copy. Now all the data from the quotation has been copied over. Now, if I scroll towards right, you can see here the item category. Now, item category in the sales documents will define what type of an order it is. Okay. So, of course, we are going to learn how to configure all this. So, TIN stands for the standard item. It's a standard order. And you can see the plant, what amount. This is all defaulted from our quotation since we have copied it over. And you can click on the item overview to look at the details on the particular line item. And here you have various tabs wherein you can also look at the shipping details, which is going to tell you what is the shipping point, which is the plant, what could be the loading date, material availability date, delivery date, all of that. And here you can see the display header details as well. Now, header detail is something which is applicable to the complete document. So when I click on it, you have various details on this. Now, the sales tab is telling you like what type of an order it is, what is the sales area, who created, when was it created, what time, various things you have. Okay, it's plenty of details what you can find on a sales order document. Okay, so gradually you can just browse through to understand what are all these functions available for, and there are various things we will be revisiting. And right now the intention here is to just create a basic sales order. Now let me try saving this. So sales order 10833 has been created. Now once the sales order is created, the immediate next document would be outbound delivery document, which would be created when we are ready to ship the material to the customer. When the material is ready to be shipped, that's when the outbound delivery document would be created and material will be moved out of the premises and it will head towards the customer. So outbound delivery document you will create on VL01N. And here, shipping point, you need to specify what's mentioned in your sales order. Selection date, here I'm going to change this to 30th December because that's when the material will be shipped out, and which order that has been specified. Now here, system has copied all the data from the sales order. Now here you have the picking details. Under the picking details, we need to specify from which storage location will the material be picked and what could be the picked quantity. Say quantity now, the sale order may be for 20 units, but right now we are going to deliver only 10 units. Then picked quantity will be only 10, delivery quantity will be 10. But anyways, we are going to pick the complete quantity. And here you can see the overall pick status. As of now, it is saying like not picked. Now, when I'm entering the quantity, let me enter it as 10. It says partially picked, but I'm going to change it into 20. It says fully picked. And you will also have loading details, shipment details, the status overview, just telling you like what is the current status of this particular material. Picking is completely picked. and goods movement, GM stands for goods movement. Here you can see that it says not yet processed. So you have various status availability over here. Now, if I'm going to save this, system is not going to reduce this quantity from my stock. If you need to check the stock of a material, you have a transaction code MMBE, wherein you can go and check the stock of this particular material. So I'll enter plant. When you go in, we have 4990. This is the stock what we have. Now, when I'm going to just save this document, this is not going to reduce the material from the stock because the material is still not leaving our premises. Material is picked, it will be loaded onto the vehicle, and then the material will literally physically um, leave the factory premises or the plant from where the material is being picked up. That time we need to click on post goods issue. So now outbound delivery document has been generated and the material has left the premise towards the customer. Now, if I go back to my stock book to check how much stock I have 4970. Okay. And once the material is received by the customer, the billing document will be sent out for the payment. Now, before I do that, let me go back to the sales order to show you the current status of the document. You can come into environment over here. You can click on display document flow, which is going to tell you the current status of the document. Here, inquiry is completed. Everything is in the complete stage, but billing is yet to be done. So outbound delivery is complete, but it says it is still in process over here. Now, let me go back. I'll go into VF01. Now, we are going to post the billing document with reference to the outbound delivery document. Now, I'll simply click on save. So document has been saved, but still if I go into VF02, I'll go into change billing document. And if I click on release to accounting, it would give me a message saying the document has already been passed on to accounting. Now, if I go back to my sales order document flow, here I can go into document flow and you will see that the outbound delivery has been completed and invoice has been complete. Journal entry, this is not cleared yet because accounts receivable says pending yet. So this is the overview of all the sales documents, what we have right from the inquiry to the billing. So there are, of course, there are a lot of details of the functionalities in each document. And of course, we are going to learn each of them in our future lessons. So till then, stay connected, stay committed. See you all in the next video. Thank you so much.